Hey beautiful bookworms, it's your girl Jess here with another video, and this one is about my all-time favorite Christmas movies. Okay, so it was hard putting together a list of my top 10 favorite Christmas movies. And that is because I love damn near all of them and every one of them, except for Elf. I can't do Elf. I know. Before you start, I know. There's something about that movie I just can't do it. I love Will Ferrell though. I absolutely love him, but for some reason I can't do it. I don't know. I can't do Elf, and I can't do Fred Claus, and there's another one that I can't stand, but who gives a fuck? Because it's not on the list. So. Anyways, let's get right down to it and move all the way in onto this Christmas fuckery. So we're just going to jump right in. Starting at number 10 is The Santa Claus 2. I love the whole Santa Claus franchise. I really do. I was shocked the first time I saw the first movie that I liked it. I was like, oh, this is going to be cheesy and really bad. And it was actually really sweet and heartwarming, and I loved it. So when the sequel came out, I was all over it. And the fact that the sequel focuses on him finding a Mrs. Claus, you just tossed in some romance on my Christmas movie. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love you. It's really cute. They do fall in love rather quickly, and she does at the end kind of have to say yes right away because it's that's another thing. The whole movie's on the time clock because she has to do this by a certain amount of time, otherwise he can't be Santa anymore. He loses his magic. Oh my god, like so good. So I absolutely loved it, and the fact that she was just so happy and willing to be Mrs. Claus with him, it was just so good. But anyway, Santa Claus 2, number 10 on this list. Number 9 on this list, Bad Santa. Another movie I did not think I was going to like. I saw this film, I was like, oh god, raunchy Christmas Santa movie with Billy Bob Thornton, who's like this serious dramatic actor. I was like, this is not going to be great. Watched it, cracked up the whole fucking time. The whole fucking time. Especially at the end with like the little twist with his friend. Oh my god. If you don't know, the Santa Claus movie is about Billy Bob Thornton and his partner. I'm so embarrassed I can't remember his name. I'll put it on the screen. But he and his partner go from shopping mall to shopping mall pretending to be Santas and rob the mall. And his partner's wife, she's in on it too. And it's just, but this year, like Billy Bob Thornton, reluctantly, his Grinch heart melts and he befriends this little boy who's lonely, and it's definitely a raunchy Christmas comedy. I think Lauren Graham's played this woman who has a fetish for Santa Clauses or men dressed as Santa Claus, so she has this weirdo sexual affair with Bob Thornton. I love it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was great. A cat scratching at the door. Sorry. When the second movie came out, I didn't even bother to see it because I knew it was going to be bad and it was going to be terrible. And even though Kathy Bates was in it and I love her, but I was just like, no, I'm not going to taint how much I love the first one with this cash grab sequel that came out years later. So no, thank you. But yeah, at number 9 is Bad Santa. Number 8, Polar Express. Tom Hanks in an animated movie, in an animated Christmas movie. That's all I need. That's all I need. And it's very sweet. And if you've ever read the book, it's really sweet and beautiful. The movie looks exactly like the illustrations from the book, which I think is just fantastic. And I love its very old-timey feel. I can't remember which decade it takes place. I think it's the 40s that the Polar Express takes place. And it's, it's about these little kids who get whisked away on a train to the North Pole. And it's just, it's such goodness. It's so sweet and so wholesome, and I just absolutely love it. And I love the book, I love the movie, and I just think it's great. And it's a hot cocoa movie. It's a blanket and your Christmas tree twinkling and hot cocoa, and you watching this movie and feeling your entire childhood throughout it. It's just full of that kind of very classic childish wonder, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Number 7 on this list is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The Griswolds are amazing. I've seen damn near all their movies, even the bad ones like Vegas Vacation. And I love that their kids change in every film. They never have the same kids, and they rarely addressed it. They addressed it once in Vegas Vacation, but as like a meta joke. In this one, Johnny Galecki from The Big Bang Theory plays his son, Russ. And Juliette Lewis plays his daughter, Audrey. And it's just great. Like, the whole premise is that Clark has grown up in a very loving home, but for some reason every Christmas his family couldn't get it together. It just wasn't the picturesque Christmas that he always wanted as a child. So as an adult, he tries to replicate the things that he wants with this Christmas, and just things go wrong one after the other, especially when he is anticipating a really big bonus from the company that he works for. He works for some sort of like food development company or something like that. It's never really fully stated, and it doesn't really matter. But Beverly D'Angelo plays his wife, and she's always fantastic in the role. And like, I love her nickname for him, Sparky. But Julia Louis-Dreyfus plays his like yuppie neighbor. I love this movie. It's hilarious. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. And if you've ever seen the original National Lampoon's Vacation, it's with like Anthony Michael Hall. Oh my god, it's ridiculously hilarious, and they've managed to transpire that into a sequel about Christmas. And I highly recommend it. If you've never seen it before, or if you saw it and didn't like it, retry it again, because it's a classic. It's a classic Christmas movie in my opinion. Number 6 on this list is Bill Murray and Scrooge, the movie Scrooge, and that Bill Murray's in. It is a retelling of A Christmas Carol, and I've seen it a million times. I've seen it a million times since middle school. I absolutely love it. Alfre Woodard plays like the Bob Cratchit kind of character. It's hilarious. It's totally 80s though. It's 100% 80s, just like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Well, I think National Lampoon's was 90s, like really early 90s. I don't know. I could be wrong. But anyway, Scrooge with Bill Murray is absolutely hilarious, and it's actually like dark at the times that it needs to be dark, and like the makeup in it. The makeup and special effects are really great for the time period, and they still freaking hold up. I absolutely love that movie. Like I said, I've seen it a million and one times. There's never a part where I'm not laughing. I always find it hysterical, and I find all the creepy bits just as creepy as I did when I was in like middle school. But yeah, it is on this list at number 6. Number 5 is Love Actually. I fell in love with this movie the very first time I saw it. I saw it in theaters. Yeah, I saw it in theaters when it came out, and I absolutely freaking loved it. I love Richard Curtis. He's one of my favorite screenwriters, and this totally fits into his mold. And I know it's a funny, cool thing to make fun of Love Actually now. So it's just annoying. It's just annoying to me that it's at that stage right now where people are like, let's poke fun at Love Actually, the fact that people watch it every year. We don't have to make fun of things just to feel relevant, and we don't have to make fun of things just because we're too afraid to say that, and too scared to say that they're good and we like them. Y'all need to stop playing and just admit that you really love Love Actually. You really love this movie. You think it's fucking funny, and I love every love story in it. You can't tell me Emma Thompson doesn't break your heart in it. You can't tell me that kid running through the airport was not fantastic to go after his girl. Bill Nye's hilarious in it. And that's another thing that I absolutely love about it. It's about love and love taking place, and these different love stories taking place during Christmas, but it's not all romantic love. It's familiar love and platonic love, and it's just, it's so good. I absolutely love it, and I wish people would quickly move out of this current phase of mocking it and going back to going like, I really love Love Actually. Yeah, you do. You know why? Because it's fucking good. Stop being dicks. Stop making fun of stuff just because, for clicks, for likes, for clout. It's not cute. You all know that you love this movie. You all know it's good. Colin Firth's love story in it is my favorite, but Love Actually is number 5 on this list. Number 4 on this list is It's a Wonderful Life. Okay, here's the thing. I resisted this movie for eons because I felt it was very shoved down your throat culturally in America. That if it's Christmas, you must watch this movie. You must love this movie. You must fucking adore this movie. But the one with It's a Wonderful Life, I just always felt like every year this movie is just pushed down my throat. And I love old classic movies. I absolutely love old classic movies. But there was just something about it that bothered the hell out of me. And I think it was just like feeling that it was like Christmas propaganda rather than just like what it should have been is naturally, which is just joy. So I resisted it for a long time. And then one Christmas, I want to say about 7 or 8 years ago, I broke down and watched it. I think I was lying on a couch, couldn't find really anything I wanted to really engage in or watch again around the holiday time. And It's a Wonderful Life was coming on. And I was like, fuck it. So, sat down, watched it, cried my eyes out. Oh my God, it is so good, and I understand why it's Christmas propaganda. Why it is pure American capitalist pre-Christmas propaganda. Propaganda. I don't care. It's not. You know what? It's not even capitalist. It's very Christian. It's Christian. It's very subtle in its Christian messages, or at least I feel like it was subtle, despite the angel. Okay, I'm rambling. Okay. So if you don't know what It's a Wonderful Life is about, it's about this guy who is the most generous, kind, loving, sweet man ever. But it unfortunately has not gotten him anywhere in life. Like he starts feeling like, why? What for? I'm at rock bottom. I'm not where I need to be. I'm not where I hope to be. There are things in my life that I appreciate, but I feel like I could have better, do better, so forth and so on. And so he gets really depressed and suicidal, and he's about to jump off this bridge until a guy shows up and tries to talk him out of it. And it turns out the guy is an angel and shows him all his past memories. He shows him what the world would be like without him, and how much the people in his life really love and need him, even though he doesn't feel that's reciprocated. And, you know, at the end, he realizes that he does have everything that he actually genuinely truly needs in this world, and it's in the people around him. And so he changes his mind about committing suicide and goes back home, and like the whole neighborhood is there, and his wife and child are there, and they've all come together to really, you know, show their love and appreciation to him, and also help him with the things that he physically needs. So it's just, I love it. It's so sweet. I actually also do love the Beavis and Butthead episode that parodies It's a Wonderful Life. It's so good because the angel shows Beavis and Butthead what their life would be like if they weren't, what the world would be like without them, like what their friends and family how they would feel without them, and everybody was happy. It was so amazing. Like he showed them what the world would be like without them, and then they should just kill themselves, and everybody was happy, but they just refused. Oh my God. But yeah, yes, number 4 on this list, It's a Wonderful Life. Number 3 on this list, I will not accept any argument, debate, or pushback, no talk back from anyone about this movie. It is a Christmas movie, and I will not hear anything different. Meet Me in St. Louis. Number 3 on this list is Meet Me in St. Louis with Judy Garland. It is fantastic. It is amazing. It is a Christmas movie. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is one of my all-time favorite Christmas songs. She sings the fuck out of it in that beautiful red velvet dress with the sparkly headpiece. Oh my God. But yes, Meet Me in St. Louis is a classic movie, just like It's a Wonderful Life. You follow them throughout all 4 seasons. I loved when we were in the fall during Halloween. That was great. But of course, the best portion of the film is taking place during winter, during Christmas, where you listen to Judy Garland sing that oh so beautiful song. So it's fantastic. But yeah, number 3 on this list, Meet Me in St. Louis. Number 2 on this list, A Christmas Story. TBS used to show it 24 hours a day every year for Christmas, and I at least watched it 6 times. Anywhere from 4 to 6 times every year. I love that movie. It's like, how could you not? Like, whenever my husband and I see the word fragile anywhere, we always turn to each other and go, fragile. Like, we quote that movie to each other. I quote it with other people who are big fans of it. I honestly love it. If you've never seen A Christmas Story, I don't know what the hell is wrong with your life. Where have you been? Why were you homeschooled and not allowed television as a child? But it's okay. You're an adult now and you're in a safe place. Like, you know, there's safety here. Please watch A Christmas Story. But basically the movie is about Ralphie. What time period does this take place? I think it's either 30s or early 40s. But the movie was shot in the 80s, but takes place during like around that time period, like 40. I think it's actually 40, 50. No. It's not 50s because they don't have a TV. Because Ralphie listens to radio programs, not television. He doesn't watch television programs. So it's like 30, 40s. But Ralphie is this boy in middle school who wants nothing more on this planet than a BB gun. And everyone and their mother, every adult on the planet that he comes into contact with, that he tells that he wants his BB gun, tells him the exact same thing, which is, you'll shoot your eye out. No. And he just feels like his whole Christmas hope and wishes and joy is just being crushed the closer and closer he gets to Christmas. He's just kind of like, no one will let me have this BB gun. I'm not going to get it for Christmas. And so, like, it's just a simple, sweet story about a boy wanting a specific thing for Christmas, and you're just hoping against hope he gets it. And then when he does, it's hilarious. But it's also amazing. And you're watching him and his little brother and his mom and his dad and all his friends in the neighborhood. And it's just hilarious. He's bullied by this one kid named Fargus. Wait, is Fargus the friend? Why do I want to call him Buttnick? I know it's not Buttnick, and I know it's not the kid who played Buttnick on Salute Your Shorts. I know I said I watched this movie like 6 times every year, but again, I that is only during 1 or 2 days out of 365. Like, I don't engage with any of these films outside of December. So yeah, forgive me if I forget things or mess things up. I apologize. But again, these are movies I only watch like once a year. I want to say my favorite part of the whole movie is when they go to the department store and he goes to ask Santa, or tell Santa what he wants for Christmas. Ralphie doesn't even believe in Santa, but he's just hoping to tell Santa, and that somehow Santa can tell his mom and convince his parents that he really, really will be responsible and he really deserves this BB gun. So it's fantastic. I love that movie. It's hilarious. And I clearly don't get tired of it during the season. So, but if you haven't seen it, please do yourself a favor and watch it. It's adorable. It's hilarious, and I absolutely love it. Oh my god, and I love the part where he swears. He swears in front of his parents. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. And number 1, I'm just going to preface this by saying I cheated. I cheated hard with this number 1 pick. Because first off, none of these are movies, they're television programs, and yes, I said these, there are 4 of them. There is a 4-way number 1 tie with 4 different television programs. And we are going to start with A Charlie Brown Christmas. I feel like I don't need to say any more than that. A Charlie Brown Christmas goes hard. Like, that whole jazz soundtrack is fire. The whole message is really sweet. Even as an atheist, I don't mind the whole Linus's whole Christian speech about Christmas. Like, it's Charlie Brown. I don't need to say any more. There is a reason CBS airs this every Christmas and it still gets outrageous ratings. Like, it's a Charlie Brown Christmas. We're gonna start with that and know that it is utterly and completely superior. Next on our 4-way number 1 tie is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't need to say anymore. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. that shit has been airing on CBS since its creation, which I think is like what, 70s, 80s. I'll put its date on there, but every year, killing in the ratings, just like Charlie Brown. Like, I love it. The Island of Misfits Toys, The Abominable Snowman, like, it's just so good. The Story of Santa Claus and Rudolph, like, I love it. I love the stilted little animation. I love the little elf. It's top tier. I've been watching it since I was a child, literally a small, wee, young thing, and I won't stop because it's amazing. So, but yeah, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is second on this four-way tie. Third on this four-way tie is Frosty the Snowman, the cartoon. I don't even think it's a half hour. I think it's like 20 minutes. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely love the classic singing in it. I love the little story. It's Frosty the Snowman. It's Frosty the Snowman. It's a story of Frosty the Snowman, or at least that story of Frosty the Snowman that I accept and believe as canon. But it's another one that I have watched since a child, since a wee baby thing. And every year make it a point to make it a part of my watch list. I love it. It fills my heart with so much joy. So it's on the list. It's at the number one. It's peak. The last number one of number ones is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The half-hour version, not the Jim Carrey version and not the Benedict Cumberbatch version. Even though I do like the Benedict Cumberbatch version, that's the movie. Remember I said there was another movie that's very popular around this time of year that I don't really care for. So it's Elf, it's like Fred Claus, and it's the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch. I'm sorry, I know I'm trash for saying that, but I don't really care for those three movies. And I think honestly it's because I was an adult when they came out, and my nostalgia tied to anything that was shown to me or I was exposed to as a child. Hence, all these number ones on my list that I've been watching since I was a kid. So I think that's my main issue with them. And the one with Benedict Cumberbatch, it's Benedict Cumberbatch. I love him. So I checked it out and I actually did really think it's cute. But yes, the last one on my list is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the half-hour one from ages ago. Again, I can't remember the date. I'll put it on the screen when it was first aired. But me as a child saw it in late 80s, early 90s. But yeah, that's the version. That's the one I absolutely love. And I do remember, I was an adult. I was not an adult. I was not an adult when Jim Carrey's Grinch came out. I was in 8th grade, because now I remember, because I remember discussing it with my science teacher, because we were talking about how much we love the original Grinch and how we just think that this new version is going to be really bad, and how are they going to turn a half-hour story into a 2-hour movie, and yada yada yada. So yeah, I was in 8th grade, but still I feel like I might have been too old to be susceptible to anything kind of new, and then at the same time being a purist about it, because I was just kind of like, they touched the Grinch, they fucking touched the Grinch, why did you touch the Grinch? It was already amazing, it was already 5 stars, it was already A+, there was no need to do this. So my resistance to it as well, in that respect, that it felt like it was tainting some sort of childhood nostalgia for me, is also why I didn't really care for it, and I don't really like it. Like, I resisted watching it for a very long time, and then I finally broke down and watched it, and I was like, this isn't funny, I don't know why everybody loves this. Same thing with Elf, and same thing with Fred Claus. But anyway, the half-hour Grinch version, I absolutely adore it. I love the music in it. I love, It's just such a fantastic cartoon. Again, it's just tied to my childhood nostalgia. It's tied to with my absolute favorite holiday. I love it. I love the book. It's so good. I think it's just pure beautiful entertainment as it is now, and I adore it. I adore it. So yeah, that'll do it. That's it. I love those movies. I love them. I love them all. I think they're fantastic. I adore them. I can't wait every year to get around to like sitting on the couch and just gritting my face till my face hurts watching them and reliving some really great moments in my life as a kid and growing up in a house where Christmas was a very big deal. Like I told you guys previously, like, you know, my mom, we were poor. My mom couldn't do much, but she always tried to make Christmas as special as possible. And she succeeded because, and she passed that on to me to where I just absolutely adore this holiday. And I absolutely love it. And everything comes with it. And that includes all these great Christmas classics and all these great Christmas movies and television shows that I absolutely love. So, yeah, that is my top 10. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and listening to me ramble about them. I hope that your holiday season is kicking off pretty great. Spider-Man this weekend. I don't even know how excited I am. You know, like it is in-game. It is Avengers in-game level anticipation for this film, and like reviews are out of this world. People are calling it amazing, and I think it's because this is the film that opens up the next phase of, you know, of Marvel, of the MCU, because it's the start of the multiverse. Technically, Loki and WandaVision are the starts of the multiverse, but they're, you know, smaller screen, smaller television. I hope you guys go see it too, in addition to checking out some of the Christmas films on this list that I present to you. Anyway, wash your hands, wash your face, get vaccinated, get your booster shot, go Christmas shopping, buy something for yourself this year. It doesn't necessarily have to be for other people. Get you a little something. And I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.